Mike Redding, 46. I can't see the prompt anymore. She's on Teacup. What was the prompt again? Oh, yes. Is there a way to end racism? Well, I think you'd have to do something extremely radical and unrealistic to end racism. You'd have to first get the vast and overwhelming majority of white people to at least admit that they have prejudice and that they have dislike of black people and have a superiority complex. And you'd probably have to get rid of like the nation state construct and have one centralized government for the entire world. Other than that, white people will predominantly want to keep their position of superiority. So under the circumstances, I don't think that there's any way of ending racism, certainly not in my lifetime nor anytime soon. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for that, TT. I'll give you a timer.
Yeah, what's the comp again? Okay, y'all got barred. Can y'all hear me?
Racism ever gonna end?
I don't feel like racism is going to end, especially when a lot of black people infantilize their oppressors. There's so much grace given to our oppressors, quite literally. They could be blatant racist in our fucking face, like they were in this panel, and they get grace. You know, it's probably not like that. They probably didn't mean it like that, but black people don't get the same grace. Black people don't get the same infantilizing, none of those things. So racism won't. I don't feel like it's not going to end anytime soon.
Okay, thank you for that so much. We'll go to Penny and then we can open the panel. Penny, what are your thoughts on the prompt or the conversation?
I didn't catch the conversation, but could you read the prompt?
The prompt says, is there a way to end racism?
No. You can try to work on deconstruction of racism, but they have to be open to knowing and realizing that they're racist, and a lot of them won't acknowledge it. It's offensive when you call them racist, right? Because they're in a denial. They grew up under it. It's embedded in them, and so they have a problem with it. And some may be open to it, but the majority of them are in denial of it, so they're gonna lie. They don't want to. It's offensive to them to call them racist. It offends them. They don't see anything wrong with it because they've been living like this their entire lives.
I agree. I had brought you up here because
person calls them out on their racism, then all of a sudden they becomes a white savior.
I agree. I brought you up here because Maceo had a recording that he was playing of John Brown, and Maceo, and correct me if I'm wrong, is basically saying that, John Brown is an undercover, he's around just to grift and things like that. And I wanted you to witness the conversation. If you want to chime in, of course, but I want you to know, what's being said and,
Brown is not.
I also wanted to add, yes, he is. I also wanted to add that I asked you, John Brown. It's okay. I asked you, John Brown, in another live, what was you doing outside of this app? Because you said you've been on this app for 3 years. That's when I asked you. I asked you, what you doing outside of the app about racism? You said absolutely the fuck nothing. You said it in 4K in a live full of 50 people. Maceo was there in 4K too. All of my mutuals was there in 4K too. So I'm so confused how he's not grifting, quite literally, when he is hosting lives on a day-to-day basis about our oppression while not doing nothing about it. It makes fucking sense.
Okay, I mean,
hold on, John. I'm finna cape for the white man, and I ain't never been a coon in my life.
You a coon today?
Hold on, TT. He talked to his own people. He talked to his own people. He ain't talking to us. So whatever the fuck he doing with white people ain't got nothing to fuck to do with us. Why we in them white folks' business? The fuck are we doing?
Then why he got black mods if he ain't talking to us?
Okay, that's something he can answer. Why do you have black?
Then let him answer then. Stop running interference.
Ain't nobody motherfucking caping for him, no.
You just said you're caping for him. You literally just said you were.
You came off your mute and said you're caping for the white man.
Listen. TT.
I don't know if y'all know Pep Talk, but Pep Talk
They
goes
don't.
live.
They
Embarrassing. It don't matter.
It ain't no
what's happening right now.
You must see what it is, though. When them white supremacists be coming to my panel, where the fuck y'all be at? When them white supremacists come up here spewing that bullshit, y'all be
Exactly.
be
The black woman
And,
over
and,
top
and,
of you
and
be
let me
there.
just say this,
The
right?
black
Because
woman
we
over
do
top
have
of you
those
be
But
there.
when you
The
got a
shit you
whole
talking
white
about.
man up
Hold
here
on, let me just say
doing
this
the
real
work,
quick.
I'm not
So
gonna play with them blessings.
no, let me just say this real quick, right? Because the reason why these people are here is because John Brown is in her panels, right? Pep Talk has a lot of lives where she talks about racism, she holds them accountable, and she asks them about their flag. And a lot of those racist people come up there and they stand proud and they say, hey, that Confederate flag, that's our heritage. We had those conversations. John Brown is there. Penny has the same type of conversation. Listen to, I got you. Penny has the same conversation. John Brown is there. So if John Brown is an undercover, we need to have the conversation so that he wouldn't frequent there. But we do have
Pep,
people who are
Pep
Right.
cussed
So
me
him
out.
saying that
Pep,
he's not doing anything
Well,
outside
if
the
he
app,
is
make
an
it make
undercover,
sense.
I'll be the first one to say, okay, he
Pep
can't come
cussed
back
me
to
out
my
because I
face.
said all white people are racist. And she wanted to
I
defend
never
her white
I
friends in
never
real
remember
life.
And I
you.
was there.
I don't even
And I
know
was
you. I
there.
never said that.
Do I need
You
to play
did.
that clip
Let's
too?
get to the
Play the
bottom of
clip,
it. Let's see.
Marcia.
Do I
Play
need
the
to play
clip.
that
Watch
clip
you get
too?
dropped. Because she definitely did.
I'm not
Me?
dropping nobody. I'm not
I
bothering.
Because
want to
you
know.
went on.
Okay, let's get to the bottom of it and
We
see
can play the
if
clip.
he performative
Because you
or
went on to
whatever.
say that you could call your white friend and get $10,000. All white
Oh
people
my
ain't
God, this
racist.
is wild work. And then
I
it's perfect.
remember you. You
Yeah,
were
you
on
said you
whose
didn't know me.
panel
Now
were
you
you on?
do.
No. I said all white people were racist, but what I said was I had
No,
white
you
business
didn't.
partners. This was way back in the day, last summer. This was on whose live that was
Yeah, when you
on?
was singing a different tune.
No.
Like, what the fuck are we
I
talking
ain't
about?
saying no different tune because we can pull that live through
Your
rewatch, baby,
own
and I can
mod
pull
said
it.
you was wrong.
My
Macy,
mod
why
said
don't
I
you get
was
the
wrong.
clip and
What
then we can
mod said
discuss
I
it?
was wrong so I can
No, Trev.
unmod them? What
Trev,
mod
your
said I
mods
was
did
wrong?
say you was wrong because they were
What
quite literally
mod said I was
looking.
wrong so I can
They were
unmod
looking
their ass?
on
And
the
host,
outside.
all of this to protect John
Do
Brown.
you,
What
no,
mod said I
who
was wrong
I
so I can
cannot. You
unmod
Right,
their
guys
ass
because
right
John
recognize
now?
Brown
people.
haven't came off his
Do
mute
you
not one
guys
time. We were
recognize
talking to
people
the white
hand in the
man.
chat, or just the way this
Yeah,
We
panel
were
no,
works?
let's
talking
get
to
some
the
order.
white
Let's have one
man.
mic. Listen, if we can't hear up here, the people in the comments can't hear, right? So let's just have one mic.
Yeah,
All,
can he talk for himself, John Brown? Because
No,
everybody's taping for him.
when
Well,
I
hold
actually
on.
had my
Can I
hand up in
say
the
Penny put her
chat,
hand up
nobody
in the
wants to.
chat, and then
Can
we
I
can go
say
to John
something?
Brown.
Because I have heard.
Literally,
I
I
have
had
heard.
my hand up in the chat. What is going on here?
She had her hand up in the chat. Let's do that, and then you can go after her, beloved, and then we'll go to John Brown.
I'm not speaking, I can't speak for John because John Brown can speak for himself. But what I can say on my platform is that I send for John Brown because he can handle his own white people. What he does outside of this app is none of my business, but I send for him so he can handle his own white people. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't, outside of what I do on this app is not none of you guys' business. Outside of what he does on his app is none of you guys' business. And another thing, if you're saying if he's grifting or something like that, John Brown don't even accept gifts. He'll turn his gifts off. So, and then his moderators are, you said that his moderators are black. I don't care if they're orange, white, or purple. They are actually outside of the chat. So therefore, I'm getting confused. If we want to hold white people accountable for their races and the racism that is going on in this country, who better to address them but their own people? And I'll mute up.
Okay, the only thing that I want to say is I have seen John Brown, and he always said nothing but good things, and he always took up for when you have like that little racist people come up there saying racist stuff. He says something and he break them down, and they end up dropping. I have seen him plenty times on lives, and I also been on a live with him, so I'm kind of confused when she played the video, and I put in the chat that I'm lost. Because I'm not understanding where is all the smoke coming from. What do people do out the app? What do? You asking him what did he do? What do you do? I don't like people like that.
We told him what we did on that live beforehand, and then we asked him what he did. We gave him our accolades.
Okay, so
But
John
we're
Brown,
black.
do you want to respond?
We're black. Like, why are you asking black people what are they doing for their subjugation? Make it make sense. He is talking about
But
racism.
TT, he talking to his white folks. He not even talking
y'all
to
not
us,
making.
TT.
Imagine an overt racist coaching another overt racist about racism. Make it make sense.
But
Y'all
he admitted
sound
he
dumb.
was a racist, though, TT.
and that's all it takes.
Stupid.
That's all it takes for y'all.
It
Is for a
takes
white person to
nothing.
say I'm racist, and y'all think that
Alright,
means
but
something.
can he respond, John Brown?
He gonna
Since you
say
made a
the
bunch of
same
claims.
thing. Go ahead, John.
Yeah,
This is
So
a timer.
I will say this, right? Yeah, in the live I did say that I do nothing as far as like going into the community or like with politicians. I'm not very big into politics, but off the app, I definitely talk to white people about racism and white supremacy.
I talk to white people. I talk to white people. Yeah, white people been talking about racism for centuries. A conversation gonna lead to something? How come? No, hold on. Answer this. When it was January 6th, did they just talk, or did they try to overthrow the government behind one election? You see how the deconstruction is? It's just, well, I said something to a white person on TikTok.
This is wild work because I think John Brown has a timer.
Yeah.
He ain't saying nothing anyway. But go ahead and defend him. I got the clip for Pep too, by the way.
I cannot.
What you got for me? I don't give a fuck. You ain't scared. You ain't stopping nothing on my platform.
Embarrassing. Yell at me for the white man. Keep going.
Let's have one mic, please, y'all, please.
Listen. I don't care what you
I love
clip.
that y'all yelling at us for the white man.
No. This ain't about John. Now you just threatened
You
me.
came up here to defend John.
First of all, I want to know what mod you said that said I'm wrong if you talking to my mods on the back end. So
It was on the panel.
She let you know on the front end. She let you know that you were wrong. What are we talking about? On the panel.
So who? What
he
mod are you
claims to
talking
have
about?
the video.
Does it matter
if
who?
Okay, can we talk to Arlington? Can we get Arlington and Maceo? If you claim to have this video, Pep, if you're comfortable with it.
This is what I'm saying, though. These are two people who I never see in black spaces being advocates for us. Blessings, you come on my panel and you debate the fuck out of these motherfuckers. I never see you, TT, and I never see you, Marcia.
You don't never see us because you be in white spaces, babe. We're racist.
Let me ask you a question, TT. What am I doing in those white spaces? Cussing them the fuck out or tap dancing? Which one?
Tap
Cussing,
dancing.
helping us with our subjugation, and you're tap dancing, babe.
She's
You did it to come in here. You literally did it to come in here. I'm caping for the white man. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to cape for John Brown. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. Literally, that's what you do on your panel.
Because the man literally is only speaking to fucking white people.
You're a coon. You're a coon. You're cool. Make your
All right, y'all. All right, let's get Arlington in, and then we can open the panel again. I'm gonna give you a timer. Give us your age, your race, and your thoughts on the prompt or the conversation.
My age is 41. My race is black. I feel like the way to end racism is education. Not everybody agrees with my point of view, but I feel like just listening to the conversation, they're treating the man that's trying to talk to people about racism bad. And I just ask, when does it stop? If he's trying to advocate for black people and then black people are hating him for advocating for black people, that's like putting stuff in, white people's head. I mean, I feel like we all just need to look at people as individuals